Now we're going to assemble the frame and grip. Trigger goes in first, and then the frame and the grip. And you have your 3 screws that we're going to put in. But your bushing, it's got a flat side and then the insert that goes into the metal frame. The flat side is the top. I like to hold the frame like this as I position it with my finger. Hold it in place, backing it with my finger, and then I'll take my frame screw. Get it started. I don't like to cinch them down until I get all of them in. The same on the other side. Your bushing, hold it in place, screw. And you want to make sure that they're in place and that the overhanging lip is not, you don't want to bend that lip as you screw it in. If it's out of place, you'll feel a lot of resistance, and it's probably because you're bending the bushing. So now my small one in the front. Once I get that one tightened down, I'll snug the back two. You want to make sure your trigger is still moving freely, let you know everything's in place. Now we're going to put the sear and disconnector in, and you want to take the disconnector and set the sear right on top of it, just like that. And you're going to want to, once it's in the gun, you're going to line the holes up, and the pin is going to go through both of them like this. So that's what you're trying to achieve inside the frame. So we're going to take these, put the disconnector head in the disconnector channel, and then you're going to, a lot of times you can just tap it to line them up. But if you have trouble getting them lined up, sometimes when you can just see a little bit of the hole, you can take a small wrench or a punch and help center them up. Now your disconnector and sear are installed. Now you're going to take your hammer. Hammer goes in. Pin goes in. And with the hammer up, sear spring. Mainspring housing. And now, depending on the gun, sometimes you can assemble them and you can put the beaver tail in later, but traditionally the beaver tail goes in at this point before you completely insert the mainspring housing. So your beaver tail will go in, and you want to get your hammer strut. This hammer strut here goes in, resting in the mainspring cap there. You want your hammer forward for this. Just give you a little jiggle. Now you're going to put your Magwell on and the mainspring pin, retaining pin. A lot of times you can just use a punch and push it, and you'll feel it catch when that mainspring retaining pin is centered with the mainspring. So now that we have our beaver tail in, this gun has a ambidextrous thumb safety. So we're going to put the right side in first. And this one is retained by the hammer pin, so we want to make sure we get that locked in. Then we're going to put our plunger tubes and spring, our plungers in the plunger tube. Put our left side on. And the hammer has to be cocked for this. Now you want to take a small punch or wrench and press in the plungers, and your thumb safety is in. Make sure they're pressed together. Some brand thumb safeties have to be pressed pretty hard to get them to seat properly. This one just slid right in. Last thing we have is the mag catch. We're going to slide it in, flathead screwdriver, press it out slightly, and turn clockwise to unlock it.